evening, everyone. Everyone's checked in, right? I think okay, I'll check everybody in. Okay, good evening. This is the the Biscayne Park Building and Planning and Design Review Board meeting for Monday, September 11th, 2023. It is now 6:30. Do the roll call. Edward Leyva.
Here.
Scarlett Hammonds.
Here.
David Gruen. Gage Hartung, I'm here, as well as Raphael from the building department.
Test.
There you go. Right. We'll go in with residents and applicants that are here, and we'll go in order of the agenda. So the first will be Old Business 5B, 971 Northeast 113th Street, exterior pergola and terrace. Orcho Crespo. Is that the name? Yeah. Hey, sir. Let me look at the files.
As we discussed in the last meeting board, you all put in hold the pergola permit because the lateral setback of the pool permit was wrong. So now we update plan for pool permit, upload the revision, following the 10 feet lateral setback. And the pergola is following the same lateral setback. You said that you can approve the pergola after we update the pool permit.
Okay, so that's actually 5C. Same address, 971 Northeast 113th Street, remodel pool. So that's. So you updated. Well, are you bringing the pool into compliance? Is that, let me go and look.
In the building department, they remove all the old plans. I think in the revision permit, there is just the updated plans. So you can see the last version in both, in the pergola and in the pool permit.
The pool was built already, correct? So are
Yeah,
you
we had
demolishing-
to demolish the wall and make a new wall following the 10 feet setback.
So we don't have actually, for 5C, we don't have actually have a something in the Dropbox for 5C. It's part of the,
We do.
is there?
All right. I
I have a 5B.
have a 5B and C. Am I the only one or?
Oh, I'm
Sorry,
sorry.
I'm-
It's right below it. Sorry. It's right in front of me. Okay, so let's just confirm the pool part, which pools are being approved once. We just now are looking at it again based on the drawings that were messed up.
There is a different revision permit number for the pool.
So the last drawing, even though it still says date 12/25/2022, it does show a 10-foot side setback for the pool. What about the pool equipment?
The what?
What about the location?
We in this revision, we relocate the pool equipment because client prefer it in the what is now, what is
Did we
showing now.
approve this pool equipment in the location that it's at?
The pool equipment was approved in another site, so we are using this revision to relocate that too.
Where was it approved? Hold on, let me scroll up to the top.
Like in the back of the house, so
Because you're now asking for it to be in front of the house, which,
between the pergola and the fence.
yeah. So pool equipment has to typically be behind the front face of the building. So you're asking for it to actually be in the front setback. I'm just trying to find the drawing that was originally approved or where it was when we approved the pool the first time.
Eso para no olvidar. No, van a encontrar ahí, eso para no olvidar.
Pedro say everything now.
I don't know if the
don't
the
know.
before approval plan were removed from the portal, you know? I
We're
don't-
talking about this last meeting. You tell me the only problem they have the pool is the 10 fix.
Lateral setback.
That's it, the jacuzzi.
Yeah, but I believe the last meeting we tabled the application for the pool equipment because of the discrepancy of the pool location. So that application was tabled along with the pergola. Other. Doesn't have like one of which that one has the full set. The chance that. It was not located. Yeah. One of the new fence, but then. Perfectly existing setbacks. With the original pool. Yeah.
Para eso, sí,
So
front setback.
I understand why you're wanting to put the pool equipment where you want, because you really it's very tight around the rest of the backyard, correct?
What?
Where you want to locate the pool equipment now is because the yard is
Okay,
pretty
it's
much filled up with pool.
And it's too close, so
So. So in that section of the yard, you're allowed to have a small wall. My concern is that, 5 years from now, the new owner takes the fence down and we're gonna have exposed pool equipment in the front yard of this house. So can we ask that you build like a little small 3-foot wall to shield it
I put everything
on the
there.
front?
Everything is there already.
no quiero una.
Follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, very well. My fence is already finished. I put the new fence already.
But behind the fence and around the
Okay,
the pool equipment, can we ask you that you put a small barrier so that the next owner, if they take the fence down, we're not looking at this pool equipment? You're allowed to have a small wall in that section of your yard. It's just, anybody else have the same concern? Well, the new, like, fence, out there. No, there would be no, how are you gonna enforce that?
My question is, the next owner can demolish the fence without a permit? Or have to submit demolition permit for the fence?
Yeah, but good luck enforcing that. I mean, the county code is that it has to be behind the front face of the house. But I understand that there's a hardship here because they have no other place to put it, really. So they're asking to put it in front on the side of the property. My compromise was, can they somehow shield it with a permanent concrete? Pool equipment can't do It's just like an AC. It can be in the, but it's typically not in the front setback. The side setbacks, you can have, AC units. I think it's 5 feet or 3 feet, major side. There are different setbacks. My concern is just, again, the front. Not that, we're just discussing the pool equipment, not anything else right now.
Están llegando a un acuerdo y dicen que puede estar en reserva del Trump, y uno está diciendo que si no se puede.
Y'all feel differently?
para hablar de-
Did you ever find where it was before? I don't know where it got.
Still, it's never, was not located.
No, I mean, like, when we approved their pool a year ago, the original.
It does not, I have not been able to find a drawing that shows.
Well, what about some landscaping?
I mean, they have it now behind the fence that they built. My only concern is just when the fence degrades and falls, pool equipment's gonna stay there,
Ellos quieren ahora que se haga una pared que tapa el pool equipment por tener frente de la casa. Y estoy diciendo algo, que el día que vayan a demoler resuelta, tienen que pedir permiso a la ciudad que le diga, entonces lo tapa eso.
In an ideal world, yes, I agree, I would agree with you. I just, the next board coming up might not even notice that there is pool equipment there. Next thing you know, it's gone and. Oh, is that it? Yeah.
Come on, guys, this is my
Yeah,
house.
she
I
might-
can say my house.
You might kill me. No.
Almost
Every time you come here, you get all upset, right? You're here because you built your pool in the setback. We're trying to help you, so relax.
I'm relaxed.
You're not allowed to have equipment in your front setback. So we could just deny it right now.
But
We're trying to
know
talk it
that.
out,
know that
discuss it, but you need to take a step because you're always upset when you
because
come here.
I'm tired.
That's
It's
too,
been 2
I-
years.
that's not our problem. That's not our problem.
For you
don't-
guys,
don't
whatever
build-
you say, I make.
Don't build equipment in the setback and you won't have to come
Well,
back. to me.
listen, when before I'm coming here, I go to the office, go to him, I talk to Pedro, I say, what do you need? Whatever you need, because I
But-
need it ready
I
for
understand, but we're
Monday.
trying, this is, the reason you're here is not our fault, right? So we're trying to resolve something. You're not allowed to have equipment in the front setback. Right now, you're asking to be allowed to put equipment in your front setback, so we're just discussing it.
Okay,
So just take a breather.
okay.
The only thing that I think that it's fine. And the fact that we didn't allow them to send it out, as long as whatever. What's happening. You don't have the answer.
That's why I was suggesting if we just ask them to put a little 3-foot high concrete wall between pool equipment and the street. Just the width of the pad of the pool equipment, 48 inches. By 2 in.
Like
All the same, right? It's 3 feet, 3.5 feet, 4 feet.
3 feet, between 3 and 4. My point is, the new owner is going to demolish the existing fence, has to request a permit for demolition, right? And the new owner comes to the city and requests a demolition fence, you are going to know, hey, you have to cover the pool equipment, but
That's the part that we're grappling. If it's there, then we say your new fence has to get close to it as well, but it's not there. Or then somebody is not down.
But we also don't allow fences or walls and.
What we do in this area that they're asking for in that
So
bump out.
in the original, you used to have the pool equipment behind the house,
behind the house, in
Yeah.
the back.
in the
But it's
previous
it's a
application.
little tight to walk through, in that area. There's not enough
But I mean,
space
You have,
back.
10 feet of setback from the rear of the house. Why is it so tight?
No, I think it's like
Just-
between the existing
Well,
wall.
I'm looking at the original location, which you
Okay.
had it back here. Yeah, what I'm saying, it's a 10-foot setback
Yeah,
from the
but
back.
this Here, You see that? The only, side I have, concrete.
Yeah.
Here, I don't have anything, you know, this is my highway, the only one, the only, I have there. the only one. If I come in here inside my pool for this way, I need go to the, you know, I don't have concrete there.
But is this how you enter the pool from the back of the house? You don't enter the pool from here?
No, sometime here,
Okay.
and sometime here. I'm trying now here, so I have here too. Because when I go to my house, I go to, yeah. okay.
No, I understand that she would like, but the point is, right now where she wants to put it's not permitted, so I'm just trying to understand. Because at some point you came here and you were putting it in the back where it should be, right? You're not allowed to have equipment in the front
You
setback.
see that, you see that? I don't have anything. I have door here too. And I put a little door here too, right? So I don't have anything concrete for you. But I don't know, only this way, this way.
What can be the solution? Like a ceiling wall or can be a metal wall?
This is from, I don't, this is an old, yeah, I have everything saved, so I was trying to find an old version. At some point, it was back in the walkway behind the house. What date this is.
So meeting more for the same.
And what about,
And what does it mean by pool equipment relocated? Was it somewhere else?
because originally it was in the back of the house, that's what the drawing that I just found. Or as part of the pool permit at some previous iteration.
Yeah.
It was in the back walkway. And what about putting it closer to the property line? In this area versus over here? Yeah, this is your, whatever,
Is
eighth
that
half, eighth street.
pergola, right?
Yeah.
And then-
I'm saying versus over here. Because Gage's concern is one day in the future, I know you're never gonna sell a house, but let's say
Okay.
in the distant future,
Okay,
if someone removes this fence, now you've got equipment that's out in the middle of the front yard, because this is your front yard, right?
I know.
Right. So I'm just asking if you put it closer to the side setback, so it wouldn't be in the middle of the front yard, at least it would be pushed towards the side.
oh, because, okay, because
I
I
mean,
have
I-
two door here. Where's my
Yeah.
property line? Here
This is your property line.
and here? This is-
This is, I guess, the fence that you built.
Here, behind and the,
Yeah, so I'm just saying, would you, exactly, closer to your neighbor, not smack in the middle of your front yard. In the fence. You have what?
my water, my line, the water is like here.
From your water meter is out here somewhere?
Yeah. Like here. Maybe here too. Behind it.
I'm just trying to get it not so close to your front door, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
not it's in the front of the yard. I don't know, that's gonna satisfy everyone else, but to me, it'd be a little bit
Well, of course.
preferable if it's pushed to the east. Yeah. Right.
To place a wall is not the solution. Right where it is now, we cannot place like a semi wall around or. It's not allowed because
I would be more amenable to that because then it would look like a planter from the front of the house.
If, I didn't sound like you were interested in that, but if you're interested in putting a low CMU wall around it,
si tú lo quieres mantener ahí, hacer una pared de bloque ahí.
Okay, I'm like that.
Okay.
That's fine.
Scarlett left the meeting to go get her cell phone because
Yeah.
she can't get onto
Que
the
parece
internet.
un plan que
That
estoy
works.
aquí en la quita, ¿verdad?
So it's just the three of us now.
Okay.
okay, so just a motion to, I guess I forgot where we are. We're approving the pool permit.
We were discussing.
General.
What-
Right,
We have to do the two separately.
Okay, so I'm looking for a vote on,
on the pool permit,
yeah, it's 5C. No,
which shows the pool properly set back now. And they're going to screen the pool equipment with a low wall. So a motion to approve as amended with a proposed low
wall
wall.
not to exceed 3 feet
Yeah.
properly. Go around it.
Are you gonna write the wording down? Raphael.
I'm gonna. I'm writing it, but I'm gonna ask him about. Was that that was a motion by Ed?
Yeah.
David, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay. The pool is approved with the new
The
location.
permit got
Equipment.
approved.
Okay. So now we're looking at 5B, which is the same 971 North and 713.
My question is, the pool equipment is on the pergola, is on the pool.
What?
On the pool, revision.
Yeah, that's what we were voting on.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about the pergola.
So the pergola is, has a 10-foot side and a.
The one I was just looking at had 7'6", so maybe I have to scroll down further to see the latest.
No, the old one was 9 foot, like the one that we said no to, or was it 9?
But 5B in Dropbox, if I go to page 8 of 76, it shows 7'6" setback. Is that old?
Page 8.
8 of 76 of the PDF file. Not sheet number 8. I don't know, maybe these are old.
We upload the plans like last Thursday or Friday, last Friday. So it's September, right?
Yeah, so if you go to the other one that is pool one, that has it at 10'6".
Yeah, no,
And that's,
not the one I'm voting on, right? So I'm trying to understand what's going on with 5B PDF package.
Can I have the drawing for the pergola? There's a lot in this Dropbox and a lot of it is still the old setbacks. So
The pergola permit is 2339. PV 2339.
what I'm looking at, like Ed is the one that shows the original, that pool design that's a mistake.
You don't have a copy of what we're supposed to be looking at, do you? Hard copies?
Oh, no.
Just your iPad.
yeah.
The drawings that we have here, it shows the pergola setback 7'6", not 10 foot. But maybe they're not the most recent.
We uploaded in last Friday. It's September. ¿Qué día fue last Friday?
Last Friday. What is that?
September.
Yeah,
You
just,
can see?
I just have what they sent us. I don't know what you uploaded. The drawing that you uploaded for the pergola, does it show the correct pool now, or it shows the old pool with the?
No, the
it
correct.
shows
The correct.
Then this is not the drawings you uploaded, because this shows the old pool design. Well,
Yeah, but again, if you go into the other one, then it has it.
yeah, so maybe the other one should be for both.
Yeah, the new plan for the pergola have the pool updated with the 10 lateral setback.
Problem is, the other one's just SP sheets, literally just for the pool. Even though it's showing the pergola as a background.
The one that says original you're talking about, right?
No, what David is saying is if you go to the pool application, it shows the pergola drawn correctly, but those are pool drawings, right? That's not the pergola application.
Yeah, that's the one, that's the one I was looking at, but it has a 40-foot, 4-foot setback to the pool line. It doesn't show the actual pergola dimension, but it does show a 10-foot side setback, 10-foot. 6 side setback.
One that we had an issue, or it was 7 foot.
But if you look at the front face of the house, I believe this house is like 33 feet back from the. I think setbacks are fine.
But again, you're approving the pergola based on pool drawings, like those are literally SP pool drawings by their pool engineer. It's got nothing to do with the pergola. Right, the other application has the pergola details, the structural details.
We still don't have a clear drawing of where the pool, the pergola is at on the property. On an actual construction drawing for the pergola.
Do you have
The one that we have here, the A 1.1,
Sorry, compared to what we're looking at here? But see your pergola then, so. A1. So this is what we're looking at. Doesn't look like it. This shows. Okay. But. This still shows. What is? So unfortunately, what
Oh,
we have to
so-
look at is not.
so I have a drawing here in front of me, A 1.1. Still dated 7/11/2023, but it was updated, it was uploaded on September 8th. It says new pergola, 10-foot side
Mhm.
setback.
The 10 foot is clouded, and does it say 242 square foot instead of 282 square foot for the pergola air?
And then it has a 30-foot front setback.
He's got it. We don't have it, but yeah, that's what he was showing me on his iPad.
So
So that's
this is the drawing that needs to be
what
tapped,
we're looking at, yeah.
that everyone, but I'm looking at it, it says 30 and 10.
Yep.
The pergola is fine, the setbacks are fine. We just have way too many
Second.
versions of drawings here. All right, that was,
David.
David and Ed, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries 4-0. Scarlett is back. Approved.
Perfect.
So it's approved,
Okay, thanks.
but you need to build that wall.
So I just have to upload the pool equipment with the wall around,
Yes.
semi wall.
Yes.
Thank you.
It. See you next time.
We, thank you.
Okay. I think it's 90.
Huh. So we approved 5C. I think it was Ed and David. And then we approved it with the caveat that it has to have a small wall built around the pool. CBS wall, CBS. You can go over with you after. All right, so we had a lot of people come in. Make sure I don't miss anybody. Is anybody here for, oh, that's the Village of Biscayne Park, okay. We do have, Chris, our new village manager is here. Would you like to say something, Chris Truitt?
Yeah, if I may, thank you. I will make this brief. I know you all are here to do your business and not hear me, but I just wanted to publicly say thank you very much. I know you all joined the board expecting big bucks and fame and fortune, and that's not what happens.
It's coming.
All of the board members volunteer their time to do this. They do this because they value Biscayne Park. They do this because they want to serve the residents. It's a thankless job, as we've seen. Sometimes these things can get heated, and from that building, I just want to say thank you very much. I really appreciate everything that you do for Biscayne Park. Thank you,
Um,
Chair.
We didn't get your name.
Oh, I'm sorry. My name is Chris Truitt.
Huh.
So I'm on week, what is this, Raphael, 3, 4? Is it set? I don't even know. It runs together.
Welcome.
Thank you. Absolutely, absolutely. So thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Chris. Welcome. All right, we just did, so we're at 5D, 12020 Northeast 10th Avenue, install driveway pavers, Gervaso Ramos.
Hello, my name is Max Ramos. Basically, we did what you guys were asking for from the last meeting, where we put all the measurements on the more detail on the actual drawings. And then we redid the calculations according to what Pedro and Rafael suggested.
Okay, just give us 1 second. We're just looking it up.
It's a little 8x8 square.
It's just a little area there to sit. My mom wants to sit underneath the mango tree while feeding the birds.
So this is for the driveway, but also
For the
pavers
back,
in
the
the
piece of-
back,
yes, correct,
paver square in the front. and
correct,
all.
correct.
So this is the one that we were concerned about, you coming out to the street on the front.
Correct.
And then also the pavement that's in front of the house, that's in the right of way. That being changed also. And then.
Right in front of the house? No, it's not. I mean, we could change it in the future. But it's just the driveway and you wanted to know what the swell area was gonna be. The
Yeah, 'cause right
material
now
is
you
gonna
have
be,
what, asphalt, everything.
yes,
asphalt, everything.
yes, everything's
The
asphalt.
Code requires the driveway, the swale parking, all that material to be a consistent material. So
Yeah,
great that you're
pavers.
changing the asphalt for the driveway to pavers, but then that would really obligate you to also revise the swale.
No, it is revised. We're gonna put pavers
Oh,
on.
that's what we're asking.
Yes,
you.
yes.
Okay, because here it doesn't say that, it just says asphalt pavement.
No, it says pavers, actually.
Because
I've
on
paid-
the-
I had issues uploading
Let me tell you
because.
what we're looking at, just for, you talk, it's not the most recent, but. So this is driveway and your approach. Yeah, no, we're talking about this.
Oh, no, that wasn't.
Yeah, so basically all this needs to be a consistent material. Right now it's all asphalt. Consistent. That's
I
what
just
Gage was getting at.
wanna mess up the calculations. If the calculations are good and I could do that as well, I'll do it as well.
I'm assuming your calcs included, because they would have to include it as hardscape anyways, whether it's asphalt. or
Yeah.
pavers, right? So shouldn't change your calcs.
Yeah, and it is a corner lot, so there's a lot of land.
Yeah, I
there.
don't think you're going over your 40% of the swale.
No, and I'm only calculating the front part of the swell area,
Oh,
not the side.
motion to approve as long as all new materials are pavers.
Including the swale area.
Yes.
The swell area in front of the house.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's
Front of that
asphalt
walkway.
pavement now?
Yeah. Yes, yes.
David and Scarlett, all in favor, say aye. Aye.
You're fine with that?
Right, yes,
We're
yes. I
Voting
am.
on you changing.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Scarlett. All right, next will be building permits, 6A, 558 Northeast 118th Street, replace and install new gravel. Lilio? Blizzard.
Hello. My name is Victor Melillo.
Yes, sir. Just give us 1 second. Okay, you're putting gravel. Driveway, you have gray gravel. And the borders, are there dimensions on the borders?
I mean, they're not called out, but visually they're there.
Okay, you're showing the borders around the gravel.
Yes,
Okay,
So you'll have a concrete or some other material to border.
it's there. Yes.
Okay, it's just not called out. Graphically, we see it, but it's
Yeah.
not identified as
Oh,
a
okay.
concrete border. So is that what you're doing, going to do concrete?
Yes.
all right. It's 16 across this and then 8 around the sides, 16 across the street.
The width, minimum width of that border,
The minimum,
so this border that you're gonna put here. Yeah, so here has to be 16 inches. You said 8, isn't it 4 on the sides? It's 4
Or, okay,
along the street. And then this at least 4 inches, which looks like you're showing the same everywhere. It should be in this little,
yes, 4,
sorry, I
sorry,
didn't have the diagram.
can't remember.
There's a diagram in the office that you can find. That shows kind of a my section. This is in the previous guys. So it's basically this one, and you have a little concrete here. And you see here, it tells you the border 16-inch wide parallel to the road, 8-inch wide. Actually, it is 8-inch gauge.
So motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Well, they put it together. Sorry. I'm sorry.
We had a motion.
Who motioned? Is that,
David motion, Scarlett second.
all fair say aye? Aye, okay,
Aye. And you're correct, it is 8 on the sides. Gage.
okay, sorry.
Why are you apologizing?
No, it's just, you can't remember everything.
Actually, I'll tell you what, I think that in Unicode, it's 4 and that diagram it's 8. And I think we've discussed this before.
Oh, no.
All right, since some people have come in, is there anybody here for Wayland Group? Nope.
You're approved.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yep.
You're good, sir. Thank you. Anybody here? Evelyn and Rose Marie? Nope. Nope. Okay, it's 6D, 1002 Northeast 117th Street, new construction. PRBP 3 LLC.
Yes, good evening. This is our third meeting review.
Okay.
It's a new building, new construction.
I think we reviewed it last time when we moved it to review or vote, actually.
Do we have notes?
6D. That we're at?
Yeah.
6D.
It's 10:02.
Yeah.
Your other partner, right? That was-
Yeah, Rodrigo. Yeah.
I don't think we had any significant comments on the last.
Here.
No.
I didn't remember anything.
All right.
Other than that, they're maintaining the 50%, correct? That's this house.
No, this is
There's not the 50%.
No, that's already in compliance.
this is on the other side of 10.
Yeah, this is 11636. That's for the impervious area. This one's fine. This one's is
We're in the-
60%.
Voting agenda tonight.
Okay.
Motion to approve.
So I just have one question. So on, what page is this? 23 of 377,
Is there a number of the drawing?
SP1. I think it's the most recent. It's from 8/18/2023.
Okay,
The only part that I don't fully understand is, says max impervious coverage 40% and what that's saying provide is 50.3. So that means that there's surplus impervious, right?
Yeah, impervious is 60%. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Motion to, or second. Already motion.
Ed and David, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion
Thanks.
carries. This is our
Thank you, guys.
16. You're good, sir. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right.
I had a question. I don't know if you can answer that.
Sure.
Can you put the pool in front of the house? Not within the setback, but like
Well, I mean,
besides the setback.
Well, okay, so a pool is an accessory structure and an accessory structure has to maintain the same setbacks as the primary structure.
I mean,
So conceivably, you could put it in the front if you had the 30-foot main.
yeah,
setback.
I have the 30 foot.
Comes up is the fence. That's why you can't, because if you have a pool, you need a fence by
Yeah.
code, and you can't have a fence in the front of the house.
No, but I mean,
Then you go into a variance.
Yeah. What I'm saying is we don't allow fences in the front of homes, right? The fence is from the corner back. But your pool needs to be within a fence.
Yeah.
So
So then you would fall into a variance request and
Yeah.
it would become, why do you need to have
Yeah,
a
I
pool
know.
in your front yard? That kind of thing.
thanks.
Thank you, sir. All right, just to make sure I don't miss anybody, Disberger, Vinoski, nope, Bravo, Camacho, Lamore, B Park at 114 LLC, nope.
Unicode does.
Okay, Amir Fiera,
Driveway, the gravel strip.
JMJ Family Real Estate. Okay, then we're going into discussion items. 7A would be 515 Northeast 115th Street, new fence and gate, Rojas and Balza. Okay. Is a discussion?
Good evening, board. My name is Edward Rojas and my wife Ingrid Balsa, and we're the recently purchased the property at 515 Northeast 115th Street. And we are here very excited about the purchase, a very nice property, very excited to be in the village here. And we wanted to talk a little bit about some improvements that we want to do to the outside of the property. Which would include a fence and potentially in the future, a pool and a cabana. A pergola, sorry, a pergola. We put something together that had some renderings and some ideas. And I know, after looking at it, I know that there's some of the things that very ambitious and we don't know that we can do some of the things that we propose. But I think some of what's important is to understand what we can do as far as just generally speaking, where we can locate the pool. That'll drive where we would put a fence. And of course, the cabana. So there's, my wife is a little bit more versed in some of the code issues that she went through and I'll let her kind of talk through some of those things, but.
Do you have drawings? You have something that we could look at?
I uploaded some of the drawings that we have previously. The thing is that this is.
You have like a
irregular.
survey? You have your survey?
Yes, I had the survey.
No, which one? It's right here.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So maybe if you like, can we come here to the table and the board will come up and we can discuss it?
Uploaded something, we didn't get it. Okay.
So this is basically a very unique lot here. It's kind of irregular. This is a rear setback at the yard, which is nothing basically. So we have the front yard and this.
Have you all met? Yes.
Yeah.
You're all neighbors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So basically we have two side yards. So I was reading in the code, the only thing that I can compare this is with a corner lot and apply everything that is applicable to a corner lot. So we want to use this as a side yard to put a pool. Okay, leaving obviously the front setback.
Okay.
Pergola. So in this case, it will be 10 feet here, 10 feet here, right? The setbacks.
No. I mean, so you have a 30-foot setback.
I have a half,
So you're,
I have to leave 30 foot in the corner lot because this is my principal frontage, which is.
yeah, but you
50.
have a side front and you actually have a tri-front, actually.
Right.
Two
Exactly,
side
that's the
fronts.
thing, it's very.
But, yeah, so you have frontage here, frontage here, frontage here. Okay, but we have a lot of corner lots in the park.
I know.
That have had exactly like you have.
Mhm.
And people have gone through, worked with the board, and successfully gotten variances for this situation.
Okay.
Yes, I actually saw a house that had the.
Because
in the front
we
setback.
realize that there's a hardship on residents that to be able to do things like this, because you have no other place.
I don't have any other.
Right,
place.
and over here, there's a septic tank and
Yeah.
a drain field, so.
And frankly, over here too, like you have less depth because of the
Entirely.
lot
Right.
line than
Mhm.
you do on
Right.
this end. It's still.
No, that
behind
will be
frontage.
that will actually the only place that we have to use.
What is,
This is six.
What is-
This
so-
is six, this is 40, almost 46, 4584.
okay, so you have so there's actually another thing there. So this actually side setback is 30 feet. So you have 15 feet there that technically you don't need a variance. for.
Yeah, but you can do anything in
I
50
know, but
feet.
I'm just letting you give you parameters. I'm giving you variance. You have options.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm
yeah.
telling, but so here's the thing, if you went for a variance, let's just say you wanted to a
Mhm.
variance of 10 feet from the property. line,
Uh-huh.
Right.
Okay, you put your pool in, you probably had a good chance, if you make your case that you have a hardship,
Right.
now that you have 45 feet, they might say, well, why do you need to go all the way out to 10 feet? Why are you trying to go so
I'm gonna
far
tell you
into
why,
this?
I'm gonna tell you why, because this house is very high. So the only way to go down to the pool, you're gonna have to put some steps down. So it's gonna take you at least another 10 feet the steps.
So-
to
so-
go
We
down.
have a 4-point variance request, and you have to meet every point.
Okay, that's.
What are the
So
points?
so
that
I think steps is not one of the points. It's basically, it's property enjoyment.
Okay.
Right.
yeah,
That it's not detrimental to your neighbor.
It's not.
Right.
There's a unique
Circumstances.
that basically, something unique about your property
Right.
that entitles you to this.
Mhm.
So you can't, you are not gonna be able to enjoy it.
And that is
Three
the
front
minimum.
yards is pretty unique.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Right.
Now, the other thing
They'll say
will
it's
be
the
the
minimum
what you're requesting
Is the minimum.
that you could have.
Mhm.
for your property.
That's where you kind of
That's
get
what
caught
gets
up.
Subjective.
Okay,
They're gonna
Okay.
say, well, you have 15 feet, you could put a pool, you know, or if you wanna put 10 feet into the setback, then you move to that 30 foot, then they say, well, like, so
right.
it gets a little dicey on the minimum impact.
So would your advice, so again, like I said, you have whether they figure out if we can figure, obviously, we're targeting this area, because again, here I have my septic tank and drain field, and here you don't want it, I just heard. And It seems like it's a big deal. So this is my only chance, obviously, to be able to enjoy the property. So so what would you, because then that's gonna drive whether or not, because we also have a, privacy issue kind of that we need to address a little bit too. And, alongside where that fence is, we want to try to put some kind of a, barrier on the inside of the property,
Okay.
of course.
So here's the thing, we have a side front, ordinance for fences.
Right,
Okay, so you can put a 4-foot fence on your side
right,
at 3 feet, 3 feet in, 3 feet out.
yes,
No, 4 feet out, right, 4 feet
It's
out.
4 feet.
And then 5 feet, 5 feet, and then
Yeah.
7 feet, 6.
right,
So you could technically come in to 38 feet and have a 6-foot fence
right, along there.
across here
That's what we
without,
want to try to do.
no variance.
Right, so that's what we want to try to
You
do,
can do
yes,
But it's gonna take a lot of the few setback that I have.
yeah,
So I will have to include it in that variance also in order to have it higher but closer.
A little
to
bit.
the line.
That's when you're starting to push your.
Your envelope.
Asking for a little too much.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, well, now you're getting greedy and wanting to have the 6-foot fence. Where the code is actually giving you a break
yeah.
already, and now you're asking for even more, that might.
Well, it might,
I would focus on the pool.
yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
Focus on the pool, try and work out with the minimum fence height and, hedges can go up to the property line.
Yeah,
Right,
no,
we
we-
do have hedges there, we bought a house that has hedges, yeah,
So hedges don't have as long as they're on your property.
Yeah.
It's a positive.
yeah, we have that,
The other thing too is the thing would be, I would locate that pergola within that 15 feet. Because you wouldn't need a permit, a variance for that.
the pergola within the.
So right now.
Yeah,
It's two different.
And everything be included in the same,
So you'd
in
be
the
trying
same
to do
variance?
two
Well, here's the thing, one thing, the pool is
So
something
that's
that's
another
below
thing. I'm gonna
ground.
ask, yeah.
Mhm.
So it's very easy to kind of say, okay, we can see you getting a variance because you're not gonna see it.
Right,
But all of a sudden you start building something in that front setback that's above ground. Then it starts, the reasoning for having it starts becoming, well, why do you really need a pergola? Is it really not having a pergola makes it, you can't enjoy your property if you don't have,
Oh, yeah.
or don't have a pergola? So, but you have 15 feet.
where am I gonna
I'm not
go and
gonna-
drink beer? I mean.
In that 15 feet, maybe.
Well, in that
We'll
case,
step
in that
down.
case, you better do a terrace here.
Yeah,
next to
maybe,
the
it
house,
might be
within
better,
those 15
yeah,
You have 15 feet. up.
Yeah.
right,
Yeah,
Okay.
and then you do the pool and get the variance for the pool.
okay.
Yeah.
So then to present some of this information, do we put it all on one site plan and address each point on there? Obviously, knowing that each permit would be individually pulled for each item,
But we have first to submit for the variance.
right?
Well, first you actually have to get denied. So you actually have to.
Oh, yeah, 'cause I get that.
Yeah,
I understand.
yeah.
Procedurally, you have to get the.
Yeah, but I would suggest is that figure out what you want, honor your survey,
Mhm.
draw it out, dimension it, come
Mhm.
back to us like one of this.
Yeah.
We're gonna sit here and talk to you and say, okay, this is what we think, we're gonna give you a little feedback, you might wanna change it a little bit or something
Okay.
like that.
Right,
But, now that we've told you kind of your parameters, go for what you want.
right,
And then we'll talk to you for it. And then after you feel that we're comfortable with it, then you go for an application, we deny it. And at the same meeting, you can actually literally have the application for the variance
right,
ready for us and we can look at it at the same time and go, okay, we're gonna discuss the full points because we have to, we have to vote on it. The commission is the one that makes the decision. We
at
just
the
make
end,
a
we
recommendation.
make
We
recommendation,
just make a recommendation of whether or not it should be approved or not by the commission.
What is more or less the period of a variance?
like the timeline,
Timeline.
to get on to get heard, to hear, to then
Then,
get heard on an
the
agenda,
notices and all that.
But I
yeah,
mean, you can jump on this and be on our next agenda.
Yeah. So you're
Yeah,
gonna
no.
get denied by us in 2 weeks
Right.
and then,
Well,
owners are gonna-
One opportunity discussion.
One
Let's say
discussion.
you
Come
Come
back
back
to,
with what you want, your wish list,
right,
we talk about it, maybe that wish list gets adjusted, you come back on a voting agenda, that's where you get denied, that's where you request the variance.
right.
That's where you get our recommendation to the commissioners, and then they usually have special commission meetings for variance.
yes,
So how long?
you
from
could
our
probably get it
denial
in
to that?
3 months.
Yeah.
maybe. I would not.
1 month does.
If we're lucky.
and then-
Yeah.
Well, we gotta-
Timeline is for scheduling the variance.
Yeah, exactly.
I
But
wish,
it's
that's
okay.
my
It's hot
hope.
enough during Christmas to make that. Okay, so that's
Okay.
great advice. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But you also, the other thing too, that keep in mind, can I write on this?
Yes, yes.
You actually, since this is a corner lot, one of the other benefits that has been given you is that you're actually allowed to come from the
15
front
50,
corner
50.
15 feet up
Right.
and go like this,
Right.
like
Yes.
that. So you can actually incorporate a lot of land
I could
into
take
that.
that wall and go all the way to that 15 feet.
It can go
Yes,
15
the
feet.
wall, yes.
The wall on that one side, yeah, the well,
Yeah.
barrier, whatever.
But the
right.
fence have to be with a 50, right? But sorry, the swimming pool,
The swimming wall has to be behind.
behind it.
Even with the
Now,
house.
The
right.
edge of the water or the
The edge of the
deck.
water can be right there.
Okay, exactly. So I can have the deck can go
Go
side,
beyond.
can go beyond.
If we measure to the water line.
Okay,
Right,
perfect.
okay.
That's what I want.
Perfect,
Okay,
perfect,
perfect.
okay.
You actually have a lot of flexibility there.
Yeah,
I
mean,
think we
when-
can do something.
Well,
It's not as
I think
ambitious.
we all
as I
saw
wanted,
the
but-
real estate when it was being sold and they had like. a
And the pool in the
Like
front.
right here, we're like.
Oh,
that's
no,
not gonna
let me ask you
Yeah.
another question.
happen.
So this can be considered another side yard that I have, so I could do the same thing with the fence.
So you're only allowed to have a bump out on one side. You have to pick
So-
one side. you
So
want.
this
But
side
this
would
is-
have to
but
be.
that, this has never happened here because this is the only property here with this circumstance,
I'm
so.
just saying, you can either have a bump out here.
Oh, the bump out.
Or
Okay,
you
but
can
the-
have it.
but- yeah, but
the
here,
fence-
can I
the
go
fence has-
here?
The fence has to go.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Has to go like that,
Okay,
Yes,
that's
yes.
good enough.
just like that.
And
That's it.
across here.
Across here
Yeah,
and
yeah,
in the
yeah.
back.
And yeah, the same thing, the same 3,
Yeah,
5,
3,
7.
5.
Right.
Okay,
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 that
that's
works.
good enough. That works.
That works.
Okay.
We got a dog.
Yeah.
This is not really
Pretty
working out.
And these have to be landscaped, that's the other thing. too.
Yeah, yeah.
These have to be, at the time of final inspection, has to have 50% coverage of the light landscape.
The
We have
fencing, the fencing that's gonna come across here.
Yeah, the fencing that's on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have it already.
Oh, we have it already.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because we have it all the way around here, except for the driveway.
The object is the shielded so that it's not
Does it-
coming out.
right.
all the- that's-
Right.
Yeah.
And for the variance, do you need neighbors to sign or yeah, is that?
Typically, it might have them come to the.
The notices, you said the notices and they appeal if they don't
Or just
want.
knock on everybody's door and say, hey?
Well, the thing is, they have no neighbors except
No
their
neighbors.
next.
Yeah.
Neighbors with us, which then I don't know if that means that we're supposed to like.
Recuse yourselves?
Yeah, like, to me, the way that I see it is, it's like, I think that we just do it as the board when it comes back to the discussion of like, oh, okay, yeah, and then deny it, but then I don't think that it would be good if we then go into coalition meeting as neighbors, that also just happen to be the board people that denied it. I said they literally only have one other neighbor that's
Yeah.
not the two of us.
You don't, but you don't need your neighbor.
Okay.
You're proving it within your letter of stating that you're not affecting your neighbors. You just, sometimes people want to do something that's kind of like maybe will impact the neighbors. a little
Right.
bit, And that's when they get like impact statements. But again, like Dave said, you're on an island by yourself there.
Right.
basically.
Right.
Did they ever do the solar panels?
No.
No.
You know, huge
No.
back and forth.
We're actually
and-
coming in 2 weeks
For the roof.
because we submitted
Changing
the
the
permit,
roof.
Okay.
so for the color and
What-
stuff.
What type of roof?
Metal?
You have the overhangs?
Yes, 18 inches. I sent the pictures today.
Yes.
I was gonna say, I don't think that we've had a discussion item where like the people coming have known the measurements more than like, oh yeah, 3, 5, 7, like they do those.
You're gonna see all my
Oh,
research.
yeah, she did all the
Yes,
homework.
yeah, my research.
She did all of it.
I can show you all my restrictions and everything.
But no, this is great. We
Yes.
appreciate the time, appreciate the work you guys are doing. And we'll
Yes.
come back with a better product now that we have a
I
little
wanna-
guys. I think what we wanted to do was basically see that that's a possibility and I think
I
it's.
never realized that actually had 45 feet on the one side. You actually have a lot more.
2 weeks,
play.
I will
Yeah.
work on it.
Yeah,
I thought it was a 30, 30, 30, and you were like. boxed in.
yeah. No, it has a, it has a good yard and we wanna, yeah, that's the whole reason we wanna enjoy it. Yeah, yeah, exactly. But thank you guys. Thank you.
All right, next will be 7B, 640 Northeast 121st Street, EB 22194, new construction, second preliminary review. Huh? Right there. Edward?
No, I'm staying quiet today, yeah.
The good news.
I'm getting the estimate to move it.
Oh, really? I have a name. I was giving somebody a name tag, somebody that does historic structure movements.
Okay.
So I can talk to you about.
Yeah, we can try it too.
Yeah.
Get a couple of different estimates.
So,
So this is the revision. You'll see it shows 5.4 and I'll show you what it represents now.
let me just back up real quick before you start. You sure you don't want a really unique log cabin guest pool house kind of thing? Pick it up and move it to the back, maintained, it's unique, you know, somebody will say, hey, I'm.
There's no cabana house.
Okay, sorry, I just had to throw that out there. Okay. One last try.
Yeah, so there's the insert that we discussed and first floor doesn't change. And that's what it's a green roof. We added some glass here. What do you mean?
We got changed because you dropped that bomb.
We broke up the wall, we had, are required to put it on that.
Yeah, so you guys are 30 feet of living space, right? So it's just here and here.
Okay.
Yeah, first one's on.
But look how cool it is.
It actually ends up nice. I'll show you a render now, but it goes to 5.4. Actually, a lot more than 5 is 5.4. And you have the insert, the green roof. The render, you'll see it. It took a lot of figuring out here. You got to sacrifice some closet space and make smaller bathroom, but
Now it's only a 12.6 by 10 foot.
well, it has that one. You gotta fix things to make that, like it's fine. Yeah. The condo thing. Yeah, you'll see this in like a Grandpa Racer or Icon. So this is. We had also talked about a disposition plan, we'll get to this, but. There.
Interesting.
You guys are gonna put like a stuffed Florida panda in there, right?
Pretty cool.
Is this at 30?
Yeah. Actually, no. It's like,
But I mean, it's minimal, I mean, it's okay.
yeah, we went, so we have such a,
You don't see that it's jutting out so much.
yeah, we don't want. The Navy slot. Yeah, that's why we pushed back, I think it's like 50. Yeah, we're gonna go now.
So this actually steps back into.
No, this
Or that,
second floor, this is just an island. Oh, it's an island. It's an island.
what about these?
Yeah, why is it so? like,
Frosted.
windows?
Yeah, so this is
across the
windows. Shower. Yeah, so we're gonna cross all these out.
Those are
particularly the ones that are.
Those we're not so much concerned.
Yeah, this one, some of these two. Yeah, these are frosted. This one we just looked at. That's a shower. We had to bring this second shower.
Because I think I looked at this, the site or the above, and this is actually the backyard of the neighbor on the cul-de-sac, right? This is not technically this neighbor here.
No.
There is a property line.
Right.
This is. This is the other.
The new building is here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The new construction is there.
So you're actually overlooking the backyard of the house on the 120th Street.
That's right. Another angle here. Oh, I didn't add that one. I have the picture. It just shows it from another angle. So anyhow, the structure addressed, and then the second comment you guys had was a landscaping plan.
Okay.
Are we clear, good on this one? It looks good. Happy? Nice. The Yes, this is current
landscaping.
existing. And from these trees, this is an enormous tree. We're keeping one, we're keeping two. The palm is on the property line. All these fruit trees and these gotta go. But we're proposing something new, so.
Can we see the guest or the pool house?
Yeah, it's too big.
I didn't really focus on it.
This has the same, doesn't have a the top or anything. Too excellent, really.
Okay.
This is like the summer kitchen it's outside. And this is the new landscaping plan. So we got proposed. Be adding.
You're under your 50.
I was gonna say, where are your calculations at, by the way? That's what actually caught my attention.
A lot of hardscape and. And this is all hardscape, right?
Yeah.
This is all hardscape. This is all hardscape, this is all hardscape.
Yeah.
What is
your height of 49.999 or something? We are.
Yeah, I believe that should be on the site plan, for the bit. Impervious,
You're saying all that is only
20.
26%?
Wow. Green space 41, which. And this is, your lot coverage is everything, right? So that's like your driveway, hardscape, pool. The house, summer kitchen, all that. So it's definitely not 26, so that's.
And is this, sorry, is this for just the front yard? It's like, you don't really do the impervious versus impervious for the total coverage thing, but if. Again, this stuff.
It would be technically whatever the other percentage of that is. The other 74%, whatever.
It's 8,250 square feet. So the problem's right here, yeah, so. If you're over that of all of this.
we're right at 50, right? 49 something?
I mean, most of you are, if not over, right? So.
Yeah, we, had to
I
do that.
need to fix that.
Well, this green, this green, this green, this green, I mean, this is not. Concrete, this is green, I don't know why, this is not hard.
Yeah, and that other sheet of render, right?
Yeah.
Fixing that, 'cause it looks.
Yeah, we did, yeah, we took it out. We only got the,
I mean, you still look tight regardless, right? With this, right? So it's pretty close.
we were very, yeah, very specific on this, if the numbers are here, we should not be over, I'm sorry, I was trying to read it upside down, but. Lot coverage.
What is happening right here? Because there's no dotted here. And then on that other, on the site plan, it kind of shows some kind of walkway or something raised or something going on there. Is there?
The landscaping plan.
Yeah, one of the plans had like a side walkway or something.
So on this drawing, right, this renders just like your hardscape. So it looks like hardscape all the way down the side, right?
No.
And then maybe an older version that just didn't get carried through and
Look like-
updates, but it definitely looks like this is hardscape,
It's all the same,
all the same. Looks like that might be the planter there, and this is sod,
especially with the way
and
that's.
that's sod, but
Yeah, we just look at things so much, we know by instinct.
I mean, really all it is for final review, just need a very clean, and exact sheet that shows exactly what.
Yeah, that's, what does it say there? 'Cause I can't make sense of that. That's like, why does that say 26%? Where do they get that from?
Okay.
Okay, so our total lot coverage is under. We have
Would that be this building plus this and this? Not counting
Yeah,
that stuff?
that's what.
The lot coverage cannot exceed 50%.
Well, you're
Yeah.
thinking, right now,
So like, to me, what this might be is this plus this plus this.
right now, you're at 4,300 right here, just for these two structures. 37 and 63.
That's not kind of the summer kitchen, that's,
So these two added up is that.
Yeah.
So that's your lot coverage for the structures. It's not including all the walkways and patios and stuff like that. So you need to just,
basically have 3,000.
We should have them up to,
yeah, you still have 4,000 feet.
right,
basically.
so that's pretty probably all the,
So everything else has.
and it
something.
should be here.
So like, worst case, you make sure you don't have any here and cut out a portion over here if you need it to, but.
So I'm sorry, a permeable, like a permeable driveway doesn't, it's still
Still
covered.
considered an improvement.
It's still included.
So a gravel driveway will still be lot coverage.
Okay, so what's not lot coverage is, it's not covered is essentially just grass.
Yeah.
Unimproved areas, it's like, our terminology could be better, but it's basically, if it's not a driveway, not a walkway, it's not a
Green
pool,
stuff.
not hardscape, it's sod or
50%
trees.
green.
Landscaping.
Yeah.
things like that. Okay, so I guess it's just, we're not seeing the. saying gravel doesn't count as a previous or? No, it's pervious.
Again, we care about lot coverage, the pervious impervious is a misnomer, just improvements on that property cannot exceed 50%. So a driveway, even a gravel driveway, gets calculated in that number, that's your total improvement on that lot.
Okay,
So it's
even
not,
it's number on the 50%,
it counts towards that 50%.
even though.
Even
water
if it's all
goes through.
gravel.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think you're far away, but we just need to.
Yeah,
before
we
we
just
can
need to look
close
at
the
it.
room, We need to have it very clear. If you take this part off and like, you have enough stuff
off.
that you could trim.
Trim a little bit
trim
out.
What you needed to, like, even this part, you'd be like, hey, do we need to have that?
We went over these numbers and I'm pretty sure we're fine.
Yeah.
Just fix your numbers and then make sure those two site plans that render a little differently are consistent, right?
Right.
It's really all, landscaping down the side, fix that on the other drawings, it looks like.
If you were to add that and that, you're over. But that's the way they calculated was this is considered all the patios and driveways. And this is considered the structures, and you're over 9,000 square feet, so you might have to trim a little.
Okay. And essentially, if it's impervious, it means it's an improvement, no?
Yeah.
So we're over, if this is the number, then we're over.
And also you have the wrong number.
Say it again?
That,
That's the 50.
yeah, it should be 50.
Yeah, because the 40% is only the driveway, that's the.
I would
rule.
just take this out.
Yeah, it's that whole
Take that
chart
chart,
probably
take it
doesn't
out.
need to be on there, it's gonna add confusion. Permeability, house, just get rid of it. Do a lot coverage.
Lot
that's all.
coverage and that's it,
Okay.
right here. Lot coverage, everything we're improving, it's gotta be under 50%,
Yeah.
that's it.
If you wanted to do like this and then add, these another thing for patio, you could do that, this would be building patio. And then you add the two together and put it right there, calculate it out.
But as they're saying, like, this needs to then come and look grassy to us, so that we're like, oh, they aren't doing.
Yeah, just make it clear if that's all landscaping.
I was really hoping you were gonna draw a billion.
Okay. All right, as far as this we're in compliance here, then it's just a matter of the landscaping plan you guys are fine with. The disposition plan, I mean, it's there.
You have to go through Durham.
Yeah, they don't have.
They'll have
I know
vinyl.
one tree that you've got 20-inch EVH that you're removing, which I think over 18, you're not gonna go out, so. I'll look at that. Or you are, because the mitigate.
Yeah, we have to handle it, yeah.
It was like a real fancy, it was 20.
Yeah, and then
Mango's
this one's
27.
somewhere here, one of these two. And
People don't make them.
yeah.
You
You wanna buy the tree? Make it humble, the cabin in the tree.
That is a messy tree. You don't want near your pool, obviously, yes. Anyway, yeah, so just clean it up. I mean, do we, Do we need a third review? Did they come back?
So next time there will be an agenda item, as long as you guys have.
Okay. So we'll move it actually to a vote at the next meeting.
Essentially, we show up again with the new plan.
With all the plans.
But
But do you,
No,
the application
maybe
has
the
been submitted,
size.
right?
Other ones that they were like, we had to do 3 reviews and then a voting one as a
Yes,
fourth one.
yeah.
We're saying this is like, oh, next one will just vote, so we save 2 weeks on the schedule.
Oh, okay, okay, great, sounds good.
So we're gonna.
Don't move too fast, we got a lot to do here.
No, they come back at us the next time and, you're ready, you know.
Okay, all right, it says,
Yeah. Or it's the tomorrow.
what?
You're gonna come tomorrow night?
Is it? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, let's get it on. Thank you.
All right.
Take care. Bye.
All right, so 7B, 640 Northeast 121st Street. We're moving it to first, to actual vote at the next meeting or whenever they resubmit. No third meeting or review. They've done everything that we asked. Is anybody here for, Land Trust Service Corp? Nope. Okay, so the next will be, 7D Carl Leidner, 821 Northeast 120th Street, new driveway. You got some questions for us? Sure. Okay.
The property sits between 120th Street and the alley behind. And the question I had was on a variance related to the back wall in the alley. Is that a common process that you see requested? And how often is it approved to keep those back alley space that actually runs up against the property line?
You just pull up your, is it a survey here?
You should
You have a survey?
It should be uploaded. No, I don't have it with me. But if you know that area behind the alley, there's, a dilapidated structure, a 2-story structure that has garage in the alley as well. Most of those houses that run down the alley have garages in the back.
Oh,
And-
so. Cause I have down here new driveway. So is the question on the new driveway or? a wall?
No, there was no new
Okay.
driveway.
Okay, and is the wall that you're discussing, is it a wall or a wall of a building?
It's a garage wall.
Garage wall?
I think so, there was another gentleman that came before for this, I think the same, is there a telephone pole right in the middle of the front of the property?
Yeah, but we
That
spoke to
little-
FPL
A
about.
little
moving it.
Spanish med that's.
Yeah, so the back,
Shouldn't-
the garage, which is detached, I think, right? It's on the property line on the rear.
Okay, so that's,
That's the question, because it's there.
The question is, I mean, we want to, I met with the architect, do some plans. I just wanted to see if it's common to demolish a structure and just leave that back wall for a rebuild.
Costs less than 50%.
is it 50%?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you take it down, you have to bring it into compliance. Okay, thank you, sir. All right. All right, I have a lot of people here, so I'm just gonna make sure I didn't miss anybody. 7E 11095 Northeast 8th Avenue, new pergola, Quinn, Thomas? Okay, you want to come up here? You 11935, right? Were you racing? Sir, when are you for? Are you together? Okay.
Want a small survey, it's kind of old. This is 8th Avenue, sorry. This is 8th Avenue and this is 111.
Okay.
Partner house. This is our pool. Our house, this is kind of the back of the house, our driveway. And pretty much this is our
Like
Our-
our backyard, you
our
know?
backyard.
We have a
Our
five
backyard
around the
is in
house.
Front of the house.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And our pool is, it's like huge.
Yeah.
And pretty much just next to the ficus that we have.
Okay.
And right now we have our dining table here with an umbrella, a huge umbrella. And our dream is to have a pergola, of course. So when I went to the office and asked Rafael and the other lady about the setbacks, they mentioned about there's a 10 feet setback, which, well, how was it? No, I'm sorry, 30 feet? 30 feet, but they didn't know exactly how it works because this is a completely different lot.
Yeah.
So, we just pretty much want to build a pergola here as big as possible. And I did this sketch. I don't know if it helps a lot. 8th Avenue, 111. This is the pool. This is, like a concrete,
Lounger, like,
Yeah.
has the seats.
it's very close to the hedges. Our dining room, like barbecue, and this is our space, the space that we have. This is the gate, like outdoor gate, and pretty much we have this space. But from here, the street, and this is the park.
This way.
Yeah, okay, so this is 13 feet according to my measures that I took today. And then we have 24 feet here. Well, if we add from the ficus to the wall, we have 31 feet. And so my question would be,
Yeah, because here it says 28.47, but then this obviously is a slightly longer line, so that's 33.78. So the issue is off of just what the standard thing is it'd say that you only have 3.78 feet that you could do more things with before you're going into what the setback is there.
Yeah, so you have a front setback of 30. This is your front door, so this is
Yeah.
the front of your house. This is 32, so you have 30, 30, 10, 10. This pool has been there for as long as I've been in the park. I mean, it's pretty much, existing.
so it's like, if I measured the 30 feet, it's like I would have no space to do the pergola.
Because on those corner lots,
Yeah,
the houses
It's
are at.
crazy, I don't have space
already,
to
yeah.
do anything. So I don't know if there's different standards for a corner lot. And be able to, just to have a pergola to cover our dining room, outdoor dining room. With the barbecue that we have.
Nobody will see it because we have a ficus all around
Yeah, exactly, it's like everything.
But I know it's
But
a structure.
it's the front of your house and it's
Yeah.
the structure, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Because there's no other place for us to do it.
Pretty
because-
much like when it rains, it's like we have to go inside. We
Yeah.
have nothing. We have no roof, no nothing outside.
What is this right here? Is this part of the house?
We had a pond.
Yeah,
we
an
had a pond
entrance
in the
to-
front of the house.
Pond,
There's a
okay.
pond, which was there also when we bought the house.
In 2008, we've been here since
And-
2008.
And what is, this is landscaping or something?
Yeah,
yeah,
so
it's-
this is pretty
But
much,
I'm just saying, this little area right here.
Yeah,
this is a planter. a concrete
over
planter.
there. No, no,
This yellow right here.
no, but this is the wall of the house. This is the wall of the house and there's planters there.
There's-
Yeah,
there's
it's
plants.
Yeah.
Plants.
And this is pretty much there's grass, there's only grass here and a hedge here. And this is the space that we have to put the pergola.
Okay. So
But again, if I measure like 30 feet, it's like there's no way to do a pergola.
The
fence- so the
fence goes here or the fence keeps running?
No, the fence is all
Okay.
here, it's all covered.
yeah, they have like a lot of grandfather not
Yeah.
conforming things on this lot. My suggestion would be, consider putting the table along up against the house. And maybe do something with a cantilevered out pergola.
But the thing is that if I do that, my roof, it's very low. Like my bedroom is here.
Okay.
And it's a small bedroom and the roof is low. If I do that, it's like the light, I would end up with no light. So if that is.
short answer is what you're like asking us, it's not permitted, right? So it would be a variance request to put a pergola in that 30-foot setback. If that's the only place that you have, the process would be a variance and they're very difficult to obtain. Now, maybe because you have so many other unique non-conforming aspects, maybe they'd look at it differently. I don't know, that's the commissioners, but The bottom line is anywhere where you want to put it here, it's just, it's in the setback, it's not permitted, it would be a variance to be
So
allowed.
everything that you're having is, yeah, you're not allowed to put a structure there, where it's yellowed out.
No.
But if you come up with something creative, so that the column that supports it is at 30 feet, and whatever the structure is cantilevered over, a couple feet. So that it, you're
Yeah.
cantilevered into the front
Mhm.
setback, you can maybe reposition your table so that it's underneath that pergola, instead of having the table out so far away from the house, pull it closer to your house, stay within the 30-foot setback, and be able to get what
Because
you're looking
the
to do.
top, the roof, whatever can extend into that setback. But any vertical structure, like the columns,
where your post
would have to be
Yeah.
at 30. So can you do something that?
My brother-in-law did this exact,
So like-
he's a GC, he's done this exact
like-
thing a bunch of times, but you put those two posts, then you could put those two posts and then you can make it whatever height you want to. You don't have to attach to the roof that's coming off, but it still has to pass like the hurricane
Yeah.
type stuff. But they build these big kind of metal structures that then can come out 10 feet. And it's just gonna look a little bit offset, because it'll be like this, right?
Do something
So-
creative where the posts are at 30 feet. And then you come out over it and create, now granted, you said your bedroom is here,
Mhm.
but it might have to be some creativity going on in here. For it.
And what about a variance? As you said, it's very difficult to get.
So the question is,
Yeah.
what is the hardship of having a pergola versus not having a pergola? I mean, it's not like you're saying, I need to have like bathroom or something, could you reasonably use your property without a pergola or with a pergola?
Of course.
It's a
That's-
very high bar.
It's a bar,
And so the only option with that, if you want to put it, is it's not very easy to.
Okay.
And it's not us that decide on the variance, the way that it works. And I don't know if you heard the first couple that was in the discussion that basically you would make the plan, bring it to us. We would have to deny it because by code, like, oh yeah, it doesn't fit in the code. But then we basically make a recommendation that was sent to the commission. There's a, cost, I think, right? It's like $250. And then the commission has a special variance hearing for it, where you go and you say basically the four things, but really the biggest part is, hey, I can't enjoy my property without having this, and they say, well, yeah, you can, you have other options, blah, 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 blah. You go back and forth, and then they make a decision one way or the other on.
But we make the recommendation, they look at what we recommend too. And to me, just looking at it, I don't see the hardship in a pergola per se. Especially when you already have a non-conforming pool, that you're already enjoying your property with a pool that's actually technically not per the current code. So the argument to be made that you're already really enjoying a good substantial amount of your property
Yeah.
by the way it's already built.
Just the historical record. Not a high success rate. So, especially for something.
Do you have any like semi-tall trees that are out here, any of them? What lots of people will do is they'll get like those big waterproof sunshades from like Amazon and stuff like
Yeah.
that are pretty cheap. And they'll run that out over, because then we have nothing to do with that. And you
Well,
can
except-
tie it off.
That people are now posting in the front yard.
Yeah, that's why.
We've seen it, yeah.
It's
We've been advised.
It's crossing.
If there's no permanent structure, so.
Wanna be pergola.
A big umbrella, they make big square umbrellas. Open,
Okay.
But yeah, could you do it with a permanent structure? Yes, but then you're gonna cast permanent.
28
shade
plus whatever that is,
on
plus whatever that
Those
is.
windows, and
This
it's
is
have to
4,
be something that
so
then,
that's 32
Hung out,
plus,
but,
it's probably 6,
I
so
mean,
probably 40.
brother-in-laws installed a bunch of them that can go like, I think the longest one he's put in was like 15 feet 40.
But Ed was making a good point here.
Well, this is 28, right? You're surveying 28 to the building. Then there's whatever this is, which is front.
It's a little bit more, maybe 2 more feet.
And this is 4 feet, right? So this is maybe 6 feet, 10 feet. So this point here is like 40 feet setback. Is it dimension there? 30,
Like 33.
33.
Yeah.
That's
What-
3.
what is that?
I think it's to the
28.
planter. That's to the planter, not. to the
No,
building.
it's back, it's the back there, that's why. Okay. I thought it
But
was
still,
10
you
front.
have 33
So it's
feet.
from this wall or from this one?
No, it's 30 feet. I was trying to figure out how far back that wall was and how much space you have, but I see it's 34 feet basically. Yeah. So again, you could put a post that's 6 feet off the face of that and cantilever another 4 feet and you'll get 10 foot of pergola, which is
But-
plenty of area.
But to go also to the pergola variance question, the question would be, well, why can't you do a pergola there?
Where?
Because the motor of the pool. is
Here?
every-
No,
pool
we don't have
equipment is
space
here,
there.
There's
We
a
have
deck
no-
around the house. And here we increased it, we remodeled the house 6 years ago. And now all this part is a home.
Built.
Yeah.
So it's an old
Built,
survey.
It's an old service.
You guys tried to go for a variance, then you also would have to give them what your total lot coverage currently is,
Yeah.
which there's a very good chance you're above 50%, even though it's a corner lot, and then they'd be even more resistant to it. Just because of the size of all of the
Yeah.
decks and everything and driveways and all that stuff.
You're right up at 40, you're probably over your 40%. You got a lot of non-conforming things, so, and, you know, it's yours to use and, but, like if that pool came out, you probably would, if you let's get a variance, put it back.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay,
Or if you,
thank you. so
or you
much
talk
for
with,
the time.
you talk with a roofing person and see what they feel comfortable having it extend out, that would be. Cause maybe you could do something where it's like it's extending and then there's another half that you could pull out, it's like a retractable sail thing, so it's not creating as much weight on it.
Yeah,
That's
that
the-
would be a.
or even just like some canopies,
Yeah.
Yeah. And it just.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for the time.
Okay, thank you. All right, 7F, 11935 Northeast Fifth Avenue, new construction first preliminary review. Back up to the table. This is the lot separation property? This is, okay, are they been separated? Are they legally separated?
So front of the house. Obviously, the garage, living entrance. This would be from the side, you see that we're not leaving any wall untreated with windows. And this would be at the rear with a row of palm trees that were.
Is this the south lot or the north lot?
This is the north lot.
So is that the existing pool or is that going away?
Everything,
That,
everything's gonna be.
that existing pool's
Yeah.
going away? Okay.
Yeah, because we're raising it. This is a flood zone project, so the FFE, the finished floor on the house is gonna be slightly higher than grade. And so will the.
Well, what
area-
is it? What is the FA? Because you're supposed to be at, here in Biscayne Park, the new rule is FFE plus one.
BFE.
PFE? PFE plus one.
But you have.
Well,
the-
that's FEMA requirement. So we're measuring height from that now before we really have it defined.
But
what the
Are you
height is.
adding another one? Because you have the freeboard is one, right?
Yeah,
From
so we're
ceiling?
not permitting you to be above typical freeboard, BFE plus one. It can't be BFE plus four, it's, your height is measured from BFE plus one.
So
standard.
BFE is 7.
Yeah, so your
And then-
finished floor, your first habitable floor has to be at +8.
But we're having it at 10.
So then the maximum height of your structure is gonna get, but those first 2 feet would come out of that. So if you were doing, you're doing one story, it's not an issue. If you're doing 2-story, you might lose some height
Yeah.
because we would
No,
measure it
yeah,
from one.
I get it.
But you're doing it at +10, but what's grade?
Grade is about 7.5.
That's what we care about, right? Is how elevated is the house gonna
Yeah,
feel?
yeah.
2.5
Yeah.
feet is.
Well, the single story, it does have a little bit of volume for like living
Give
space.
a little double height or
Yeah.
high.
But it doesn't go past, I think, if I get the math correctly, 20 feet.
Well, it can't. Single story can't be more than 18 feet.
I'll be it.
Yes. So BB plus one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're going BB plus three, sounds like,
But
then you
from-
can't be more than 16 feet above your
So I'm gonna have
total
to-
height.
I'm gonna have to then figure.
Yeah.
So we're saying.
It
that
doesn't look
PS
like you're at
plus one-
20. I mean, that doesn't look that.
Yeah, no, and I was doing the math before. 'cause I
So
wasn't
maximum
aware.
height for single story homes, 18 feet.
From-
And that 18 feet is measured from base flood elevation plus one, so you can be 19 feet above base flood elevation.
So we are,
If you're at 20 feet above base flood elevation, you gotta shave 1 foot off of there.
yeah, I think we're gonna be fine, but what I'll do is I'll update the elevations with that, so that we don't have to do this calculation again. But yeah, the pool is going to be high, so that when one comes out of the house, there's no step down. There's only step downs from the pool deck. So you'll have some steps there and some other steps over here.
Okay,
Which is this, right? Is this your elevated pool deck
Yeah.
area?
Yeah.
So setbacks, can you actually go back to that? I'm drawing a
So setbacks, I already got an inch, so we have 30 and 1 to
Okay.
do a detail, which is this thing.
Okay,
Then we have 10-1 to the walls here, 10-1 to the walls there, which will be that, the garage. And in the back, it's 37-6 to the building itself and 12-4 to that.
outdoor.
Yeah.
and the lot size and lot coverage of everything?
It's the lots, when you guys split them, will be 15,200. So we need to be at 76. We're at 49%. We're just there.
Okay,
So
that's
all,
everything.
everything's added, and then we're short of the 40% in the front. If we have 30 feet by 75, we only have 432 for the driveway. And there's gonna be these slabs that are separated. So we have 17 of those at 432. Sorry, 18 of those, 24 of those.
Are you gonna put all of like the AC units on this side?
I'm gonna put them on the roof.
Oh, on the roof?
Yeah. And then pool equipment's gonna go like around here in the corner, so it's easier.
The AC units aren't gonna be visible from anywhere, cause
They're-
they have to be.
They're right at
blocked
the
off.
center, there's no way we can see.
As long as it's, when you're standing in the middle of the street and you look, you can't see them. But that is the code.
Yeah.
Okay.
They changed that though. They basically said, like,
From
it used to
from
be-
ground level.
it used to be, but now it just says can't be visible. I think they changed that. It was one of the things, and anyways, that's not germane, but.
Okay, so we have two roof lights, and so we have the 1 foot roof difference. You actually, it's in two locations, there and there.
Yep.
Okay,
Actually, there's 3 levels. If you see the elevation, there's a lot of ups and downs. Like we have, we're just on the side, you can see that they do that. Plus this guy, so it comes back down.
I think it's very pretty.
And the front is like some sort of synthetic wood product, or what's the cladding?
Yes, that's my recommendation. Cause, the climate is gonna bear down on the wood.
yeah, you're facing west, that would be maintenance hell.
Yeah.
First floor, and all the windows, everything's fine.
So the other thing, I don't know if it's in there, talk about, but for new construction, we need like a tree disposition plan. That lot is pretty foliated, so I don't know what's on there, that need mature trees, but. needs
So
to
what
be-
would you, do you need, cause, well, that's one of my questions. Are you looking at Miami-Dade County code?
You
for
would, you,
landscaping?
as the owner, would have to go through the county if you're going to
Yeah.
remove trees and mitigate, so that's processed through the county.
Okay,
We just want to see that you created that disposition plan, and we want to understand if you're taking down some mature trees. Again, you have the right through the county to go through that process, but as for the village, we want to understand
so
what's happening.
only existing, are you also looking for proposed, or is it open?
So
to-
well,
Oh.
you have to comply with Miami-Dade County.
Yeah, Miami-Dade
landscape code.
County, you have to, yes,
Yes.
the county requires a certain amount of shrubberies, a certain amount of trees, a certain amount of, you know,
Well, Durham trees will look at
existing trees, but they won't ask me for new trees.
No, but Miami-Dade County, I think, has a certain, our code now references
Yeah, yeah,
Miami-Dade.
no, so
And
they-
it has to say a certain amount of shrubbery,
Yeah.
certain amount of.
Yeah, yeah. So two different things. There's the tree mitigation, if you're taking down mature trees, then our landscape code just adopts the county's landscape code in mass. So
Okay,
your landscaping needs to comply with the Miami-Dade County
So
landscape
that's the
regulations.
question. So,
Yeah.
so then it's a yes. All right. Yeah, they have percentage of shrubs based on the amount of trees, square footage, and then they also make us write, sign a letter saying that everything that we're saying is gonna be on the drawings is gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
It's kind of a funky thing that we do. Okay.
Is how's this gonna be lit up at night? Cause I don't see any lights attached to the facade or. Yeah,
Which don't go crazy, because actually we don't like too much of it, because then it gets like a football stadium and stuff like that, but.
but it just seems like it would be a very dark house at
Yeah.
night. There's
Oh,
there's no
Landscape
like,
Lighting, you'll have it, but in reality, and this is me as the architect and, you know, my thought. This will be platted, so that wants to be as clean as possible, because it won't be stucco.
Mm.
So if that surface is gonna have a specific texture to it,
So
we
that's
wouldn't
not
wanna put
stucco that
lighting in.
all the way?
Everything's gonna be stucco except for these things, and that just happens on the front and a little bit on the side.
And they're like,
It's like a
Luca
piece,
bond or
like,
something, or?
It's
gonna
like,
pan?
simulated keystone kind of a thing, just to give it a little texture. Everything else is stucco. So that, we wouldn't wanna burn it with lighting. But with landscape lighting, you know, you get that, and there's gonna be lighting over here, there's gonna be, we'll add that. We need lighting by the garage doors regardless.
Alright, so that's your first review, so I mean, we can come back for a second review, and then if there's nothing major, we can move it on after that. I think we should at least have two. To look at.
Yeah.
So we only change the recommendations or.
Yeah, technically, we have three, but if the house has got everything that we're looking for, we typically will move it on.
Yeah,
Very
but right
rare that
now,
we'll move it
yeah,
from first.
usually people come in, they don't have all their lot coverage correct, they don't have their setbacks correct, they, you know, are too high, so you need to look at your height. Before you come back next time, you'll have a proper section or elevation that has BFE shown and the overall height, so we understand. But otherwise, it looks like you're pretty much in compliance with the code.
Plus one, where it starts.
Is where you can measure 18 feet max for a single story. So your highest portion, your little pop-up areas.
I can tell you right now. Cause my NGVD,
That's fine, you don't have to tell us now, just make sure when you come back, it's.
well, in the drawings, I have the NGVD for the top at 28.6 and 7.78 is
And
what.
you said you're at 8. Right, so you're 2.5 feet too tall. Right, because
NGVD would
NGVD
be,
8 is your, starting your measurement, right, 7 + 1,
yes,
Yeah.
so that's,
so you're
that's,
2.5 feet
yeah,
too tall right now.
Right.
In the highest parts.
yeah, I can.
Yeah,
adjust
maybe
it.
you don't go up to
Yeah.
so high, right, because you're 2.5, you come back down to 8, now you're only half a foot too tall, right?
And I'll give you,
Save you money.
I'll give you a good tabulation, but we can release it. They can release it. You don't have any major, anything that we couldn't start with engineering and just show you that I brought down the structure.
No, if you guys
after
want
what's
to start doing
required.
your structural, and I mean, again, that's your call,
yeah.
but
Yeah, but it doesn't
see
look like.
anything that gives us.
We don't see anything for happening, but, you know.
Yeah.
We don't wanna ever say, yes, do it, and then you go spend.
Yeah, yeah, then you point the
$10,000
fingers
on
at us
Airbnbs.
that you.
Is it
yeah.
the same board that will see this again? Okay.
Yes.
And does the pool, do you
Come back
have,
promptly, yeah.
you have the pool equipment?
I'm gonna put the full equipment here.
So, yeah, we have to,
I'll show
that
you.
has to be on
Yeah.
on something that we look at. I mean, the pool permit's obviously very different, but if we know where the ACs are, then the pool equipment.
Yeah.
Thing that we would say where you gonna put that.
It's a public art project, is that? what
Yeah,
it's
it's totally, that's what I'm looking at, I'm like,
You know Taylor, is he still there? Taylor Schumate?
No, actually, I'm the architect of record.
They're the design architect, gotcha.
Yes, he interviewed me maybe 30 years ago and never hired me, but this is funny. that we
Well, you're
crossed
doing your
paths
own
again.
thing even better,
Yeah.
so.
No, yeah, I'm very happy.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
can I just? We didn't really look at the interior, get nosy.
He's not doing it, they did this. And then they hand it off and he's gotta do all the grunt work and put together the CD, and coordinate with it. And make it work.
Yeah, so we had originally did the last one, so there's two lots right next to each other. We're still kind of deciding on the design for the second one, but would there be pushback if it came in with a similar design?
Yes, there would.
Okay.
From me in particular, but in general, yes, yeah. Because we're getting too much of that when people are trying to come in. The gentlemen that were here earlier, they tried that. They have a completely different design because we didn't want to see that.
So something non-contemporary would probably.
No,
I don't think
exactly.
it could be
We just don't want you coming in with this.
We just don't want to have like this next
Like
door to
crack.
that.
We don't want,
Right?
we don't want.
Another two garages
on
next to
the
it.
side.
Or what where you come in and you mirror it. It's like,
Right.
thanks for, no, but
You know,
they.
they take the wood off and they say, okay, it's different, you know. No, it's, we want it, they can be a contemporary home, it just has to have a different flavor and character.
And look, focus on the front elevation, right? We don't care. So if you want to save money on development costs by having 2/3 of the property behind it the same, but you elevate it differently facing the right of way, that's what we care about, right? So, I understand that as a developer, you want to find ways to save money, right? So.
Yeah, or yeah, basically, you're walking your dog, you don't want to be deja vu.
It's not, we're not a Lennar community, right? We don't want a bunch of, same things, right?
So yeah, I remember we talking about pitch roof, like a pitch roof with a similar design, that's probably not enough, so.
I mean, I don't know how you would do that with a pitch roof,
Yeah.
so probably you would just start changing it by the nature of introducing pitch roof. The aesthetics want to be different, right? But
No,
you guys can figure that out, but yeah, don't come back in with two designs.
appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
I'll give you next zone.
There goes that stuff to do another. Working other, right, like complete sentences. But, and then.
What agenda item are you?
Can't do it.
Oh, okay.
Same.
Oh, so you're getting added to the agenda.
That should be like a minimum.
Okay, so she's like a walk-in basically.
Means your money is safe if I'm supposed to be.
Okay, they were here first? Now. Is it their walk-in also? 109-32-1205. Northeast 7th Avenue, Gates. Okay, so we have two walk-ins that we weren't aware of, but since they're here and they've been very nice to wait, let's go ahead and we're gonna make this one G 12015 Northeast 7th Avenue. You have a question regarding gates?
Yes.
Actually, we submitted the review that you guys requested, but it was never approved. So we're in the middle of like waiting
been
for the
submitted?
building.
Already have application?
Yeah, we did. We came here. You requested us. Yeah, we did.
This is, yeah, this is right. I'm sorry. You're the couple that right here on 6th Avenue, right? Something?
7th Avenue,
Corner lot.
Yeah,
right at
the
the
pool,
border.
we had a question, we got the pool and everything. So,
Now it's basically just to approve the.
The 3 gates.
so. Yeah, they have. 12015.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it. Seventh Avenue.
Yes.
July 11th.
So we had an application for 3 gates before.
But I thought this was a different property, actually. I'm sorry.
Remember what the application.
But have they submitted a new drawing? I'm sorry, did you submit a new drawing? Because I think the last time you were here, we said you have to enclose the,
Yeah, we decided not to remove the fence that we have right now. We just want to add the gates because, yeah, the gate, the fence will still be there. We just want to add the gates.
okay, so you, I didn't look because it was written down here. Is it on the agenda? Okay, so this is the last that we have that you just submitted. Gonna have these 3 gates, okay. And you're not removing the fence for the, because that was our question, was the fence with the pool. Okay. Okay, can I get a motion to add 7G12015 Northeast 7th Avenue to make it 6M building permits?
A motion to make 7G6M.
Because they have been here before and we've discussed this before.
Somebody else has a second.
Oh, second.
I was looking for 7G.
Huh?
I was-
Well, I made it 7G, I made it 7G.
Magical.
So do you, is everybody clear on these? This is the property that has the 3 gates that they're putting within their hedges.
Yes.
That's within our code.
Yes.
And they're leaving the fence to protect the pool. Okay. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Sure. Is it a part of the house garage or is it a detached garage? So it's underneath the same roof? Yeah, I mean, you should be able to convert your garage. You have to bring it up for the flood.
Yeah, I don't know what your house level is. You have to bring it up the minimum. Okay. Yeah. I don't know where you're, most of the village, you have to have at +8 is the minimum to be above flood. So a habitable space like a bedroom would have to be at that same elevation. So short answer is probably your garage is lower than that and you'd have to elevate it at the same level as the rest of your house.
You have to, I mean, obviously you have to pull permits for all of that. And then you'd have to probably have a separate permit for maybe for windows for making sure that you have a. Egress windows.
Yeah, I would make a recommendation is if you have a survey that shows all the elevations on it, your survey does. Your survey that when you bought the house, I would make an appointment with the building official and come in and meet with him and just say, what do I need to do to make this a bedroom? Like, what do you have to raise it up? He'll be able to tell you pretty, right then and there what you need to do to enclose it. Then you'll come back in front of us. We'll make sure the windows and doors and all that. But as far as the flood elevation, yeah. So. Yeah, it doesn't really show on this survey what the. Yeah. It's 0.07. Okay. It's 07, I'm sorry. Okay. Well, I would just go ask the building official. He's the one that would be able to tell you exactly. Well, you have the front 30-foot setbacks, which are pretty. Well, that's what I'm saying. You're on a corner, right? So you have 30 facing one street and 30 facing. Then you have 10 and 10. So at those areas where there's 10, you can build, if you have the space for it, up to 10 feet. But going into the 30-foot front and the 30-foot side front, it's a whole new issue that, can you open that back up again? I don't know if you were here at the beginning when we were talking with them about putting. Yeah. Well, it'd be up to, no, because they have 45 feet. So that's your front setback. So you have 30 feet setback here. So you would have to get a variance for anything that you would want to do in here. And the other people were asking for a variance for a pool. Anything above ground, you'd be very hard pressed to get a variance for in that area. Oh, thank you. Yep. So I'm gonna make this one 7G now, since we moved 7G. Ma'am, can I just have you come up?
What's the address for 7G?
Minutes will be 7H.
Okay, so-
Our agenda thing.
Okay, 7H, sure. Ma'am, you come up to the microphone over there?
What's the address for 7H?
And can I get the address, please?
What is the property address?
The property is 11807 Northeast 11th Place.
11th place. Okay, and this is
When-
gonna be discussion item 7H, and it's a discussion question on. So this is a single family home and you wanna turn it into a duplex or what? I'm sorry, ask your
Okay.
question.
Reading when I was in the other. Pardon.
Just pull it down.
Okay. When I went to the principal office, the lady, very, very nice and very helpful. My language is Spanish, you know. And she gave me this information about the property and the information to come tonight.
Okay,
And then I was reading in primary zone is 5900 duplexes. And I have two possibilities. Because the house is really, really old. Maybe first I want to know is from the village, there are some order to, ¿cómo se dice? Un minuto. Demolition, or if I can do that and make two buildings, the two buildings because it's a duplex zone.
but it's, okay, so I don't know if there's a demolition order on the house. I doubt it. I mean, that.
How
it's
can
not-
I,
But you could have a duplex, but it has to be one building.
perdón, try again?
No, no posiblemente dos structures, dos buildings.
Claro, it's a,
So the
exacta,
casa,
yes, yes,
o posiblemente en el centro de la casa.
yes, I understand. Perfect.
So it is, you are in a duplex zone, but it has to be one building.
Okay, it's one building, but duplex.
Yes.
Okay, okay, this is another possible. And somewhat, could you help me with the, I will.
Ed, do you help her? Or-
Setback. Sí, so aquí es 30 y aquí es 10.
So 30, 30, 10, 10. Yeah.
Todo for driveways and structure, everything, actually. Central. So, no es posible 500, 10, porque es grande. ¿Entiendo o no? Y hablar como un payaso, lo siento. So, posiblemente 50%.
Yeah.
I like how I'm.
But I would
Versus
yeah,
you.
make sure,
Yeah. Un story. 18.
and then those is 28.
Sí, so those stories is
Yeah, this is,
28.
yeah. We don't know the fee.
Yeah.
Huh?
No, no sé, necesito, sí. So, para aquí, si quieres un 6 feet high, necesito 7 feet in. So.
From property line, not the street, property line.
7 feet from here. So aquí, for these problems, no siete porque se, but for this edge and this edge, necesito 7. Sí.
Higher? Is it higher?
Sí, todo. Well, your septic tank will need to get tested based off of the number that you want to put in. So if you want to add bedrooms or bathrooms and stuff, they might tell you have to redo the septic. Yeah, well, yes, that's the first part, but yes, yeah.
And you need, the number of bedrooms will require a number of parking spaces. So you can't have, you have to make sure you have enough parking space. If you have a duplex with 4 bedrooms, that's 3 parking spaces per unit.
So,
And then you run into your lot coverage maximum. Because the larger you get, the more lot coverage you have. So it's all related. So I would recommend coming back and do like you're doing here and ask us questions. We'll gladly talk to you.
Recommend hiring an architect that always. helps.
Architect?
Yes.
An architect, And if you can maintain that wall, we love that wall. There's a wall in the front. There's a coral wall on that corner. In the front, there's a wall. 11807. There's a wall in there. Oh, it's over here.
It's
So
right
it's
here.
it's on the neighbor. It's the neighbor of the, not you. Sorry. No, it's the neighbor. Oh, I see. So never mind. Hmm? Yes.
lot, yes. He doesn't own the property, right? He doesn't own the property, right? Oh, okay. So they're closing. He's making an offer or they're closing?
She's deciding whether to make an offer.
Yeah, No. Mira, muy importante que necesito un profesional de look at the survey. Decir fácilmente, no fácilmente y cuánto cuesta. Porque fácilmente, muy caro de tomarlas y más tiempo. Tú necesito un profesional, un arquitecto, porque ay, no quiero problema para ti, porque so you tell the professional go on and look on Unicode and they can see Unicode, MUN. No. Unicode. .gov. The professional will know, but yes, they go on Unicode. Es posible que es. Pero muy importante, and then necesita tiempo y.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Website, I could have said website.
You too.
All right. Buena suerte. Yes. Buenas noches.
All right, so let's move on. Okay, minutes from August 21st, 2023 meeting. I just reviewed them. They look good. Anybody has a comment?
You had fun just letting me struggle through that. I said you had fun just letting me struggle through that. Yeah, I said, I'm sorry that I speak Spanish like a clown. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, because once you say that, then people give you a little bit more like, they give you a little bit more leash. Mi esposa es married to him. Yo soy un payaso, yo soy un bobo, yo soy un todo.
Whenever.
I don't see,
Got 'em?
yeah, motion to approve minutes.
Second.
I don't
David
see
Ed, all fair
anything.
say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, next will be old business 5A, 893 Northeast 109th Street, re-roof metal and
Oh,
flat.
actually,
Village of Biscayne Park.
All right, so I have one question. I don't think that it's a refusal situation and he didn't show up today. I found out that I just asked a guy that I work with, I was like, hey, is your brother develop or do houses? The Whalen Group, that was 7B, which was a discussion then. So
6B now.
yeah, so he was 70, so I've never met the dude before, but he is the brother of somebody that I work with. I don't know if that means that I'm supposed to accuse myself.
I don't think you have any financial interest in it. No. There's no conflict of it.
Yeah, yeah, that's in the weird corner lot, but I didn't know that till after the meeting when I texted him and I was like, hey.
All right, so this was the Village of Biscayne Park, the little metal roof on, I guess, a shed or something that's there. We- We tabled it for the diagram, right?
Yeah.
30-inch, 6-inch face. Shall I take a motion, please?
Move to approve.
Second.
David Ed, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next will be 6B, 661 Northeast 120th Street, new gravel driveway, Whalen Group. What? This was the one that he had a question regarding the
The
swale.
shape of it.
Are they rendering like what's inside their property versus outside or differently for a reason, or is it two different materials?
We talked to them about how it had to be one material and
Yeah, I mean, I guess on the actual like colored architect
Yeah.
drawing, it looks like one material, it's just a C3 drawing looks different. Yeah. Not sure why. Go back into the device. Well, actually, because the C3 drawing is a construction gravel, not meant for current traffic.
I mean, do you think that they would curve it a little bit so it kind of like matches up to the curve in the road? But I guess I can see what they're doing. It's gonna be kind of weird backing out of there because you're not gonna be able, you're gonna have to go left.
isn't that a one-way?
No, it's two-way, I think.
That loop is two-way?
No, it is. No, it is one way. It goes around.
Approve?
Second.
David, all favor, aye, aye. Carries, all right. 6C, 760 Northeast 114th Street, new concrete driveway, Waveland, Bubbling, and Rosemarie. I'll get that name at all better. Hans and Rose on Waveland. $760, right over here. What is the approach made of? New approach, 6 inches.
I think it's concrete.
Slab?
Yeah, 'cause then they're doing like all
Gravel.
concrete with like gravel part in the middle. The only one is the one on the right-hand side. I don't know what keeps the gravel in. Right side? On the right side. Right, it's like
What if
this-
they're like going around a tree or something like that?
Missing a border on that part.
In the furthest, or on the lower page on page 3 of 74, it looks like they have a 2-foot border on there.
Yeah, it's kind of different a little.
Not on the first one, but
What kind of gravel is it?
Yeah, what I'm talking about in the bottom of the
Yeah.
gravel area. right?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Wrapped.
Yeah, but-
Yeah, it doesn't wrap, yeah.
yeah, but on page like 7 of 7.
Here, 7?
7 of 7.
So on their lot coverage, they're at 40.93. But they're also saying the swale is only 12.5. I have a feeling these numbers are not correct. Information. There's roofing stuff in here.
Yeah,
Oh, what is all this roofing stuff?
yeah, I
Not going around a tree or anything. So I don't know why the right-hand driveway is.
They're not applying for a roof.
think
are
that
they?
it might be because they were trying to stay under 40%.
That's exactly my thought.
Okay, so lock calcs seem a little bit dubious. Border missing on one part of the gravel driveway. Asymmetric gravel driveways a little bit Begs for more explanation.
Okay, table.
From the table. Second.
Ed and David, all in favor, say aye, aye. Tabled it. Tabled it because the lot calculations are not, do not look correct. And the way that it's laid out on the right is not, doesn't seem right. There's something wrong here.
Well, if you want to be more technical, Raphael, the gravel is missing a border in one part. So there needs to be a border completely around the gravel portion.
Why are there roofing specs?
Another question too.
Okay, so that was tabled. Next 60 1035. 1035 Northeast 114th Street, new concrete driveway, Disberger, Benas, Zoff. Did he submit a new drawing today? So they're putting in a driveway. Lot coverage is right at, I think they're underneath their 40%.
I mean,
27.
per the sketch, they shouldn't be anywhere near 40%.
Well, they're saying they're at 27 and 32, but they also were submitting a new revised drawing. Because he was missing a slab. This is my neighbor directly next door. He came over and asked
We're
me.
looking at 6E, right?
6E, yes.
Oh, sure, you're looking at a different drawing than what's in here?
Well, that's what I'm saying. He was supposed to upload a new. Nothing.
So what's wrong with the drawing he provided?
Well, so when he had me look at it, I told him, I said, listen, I know he wants to put a little pad. He wants to put an additional slab in the front yard. And I said, where's the slab that you're mentioning? He said, oh, it's not there. And I said, well, what you're applying for right now, you would get approved because you're underneath, you hit all the marks for approval. But what's gonna happen is when you go to build it and you start building the other part that you want, the building officials are gonna go, what's that about? So he was supposed to submit without a drawing. Okay. So this is very well, so they're doing a little patio right in front of their garage entrance. It's shaded in black.
I mean, the one that we have, oh, so they're keeping that part and doing that. Okay, yeah.
Second. Sight unseen.
That's faith.
It's,
That's the Dwayne Wade to LeBron alley-oop, right?
all in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay. It was David Ed, actually. All right, next would be 6F, 1114 Northeast 117th Street, re-roof tile and flat Bravo Camacho. Right. Dark charcoal blend,
So the,
last page,
okay,
flat tile. What was your question? Dave?
no, that's what I was,
Motion,
motion to approve.
Second.
David Scarlett, on favor, say aye. Aye. Carries. Next would be 6G, 11011 Northeast 9th Court, new swimming pools, swimming pool,
Women.
swimming pool. We got a swimming hole.
But on the first page of the package, though, you have it in big red letters.
Really from this-
Unfortunately, the swimming pool is 7'6" from the rear property line.
Popular, like, non-compliant dimension with the,
Yeah.
or 13.
Lot coverage looks pretty good, but the swimming pool, unless, I wonder if some pool,
I'm swimming.
the pool person is actually probably misinformed.
Well, the other thing too is in telling them the answer is no, also tell them that we need to see where they're putting the pool. Oh, no, well, they have a pool panel. Oh, yeah, they do have the.
On the
pool
side of
panel,
the house.
yeah.
They're doing a hedge.
Motion to deny.
Second,
Go say aye, aye.
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 Rear setback.
Rear setback needs to be 10 feet. All right, next, 11102 Northeast Ninth Court, a new aluminum pergola. A lot of pergolas. Very popular nowadays. Smack in the back of the house, 19 from the side, 36 from the rear. 25 by 14 aluminum roof. I just a little flat. Typical aluminum.
that has a roof. That's still a pergola or is that?
Really a porch.
Yeah,
You know,
or gazebo.
Like gazebo's detached. This thing is attached to the house. Gazebo is attached. It's detached. Motion approved.
Second.
Ed Scarlett, all in favor, say aye, aye.
But yeah, isn't it, I thought that the whole point of it, well, is that a trellis? I thought the whole point of the pergola was that it's.
It's technically a roof structure. It's a packed porch.
That's what I'm saying.
If we call it a pergola, or we call it a, it's still within.
Yeah.
But you're right.
We're just kicking around.
Well, look, once it has a roof, then it's like, then it can fly in the neighbor's yard.
Well, that's building officials gonna have to make sure it's built properly.
Yeah.
6I, 11412 Northeast Eighth Avenue, new underground pool.
Underground. We allow above ground?
We do.
Do we allow mixtos?
Isn't underground swimming pool at all?
Swimming pool. Northeast, 14112 Northeast. Not a lot, all the houses on like one side. So they're putting it directly behind the structure, but. There, no, I'm just saying, I'm looking at the survey, the thing that's on page 3. It doesn't match the house that's on this, is this the old survey? That was torn down or something? Page 3 shows a house,
And the bottom says new single-story residence.
so this is for a new house that hasn't, that's not, that's
Right, no, yeah, that survey is from.
the, the existing house. So the new house, where's the lot coverage on?
Well, the problem is the lot coverage thing, they only did the pool dimension.
Where's the? It says Liberty Roofing Contract.
They're the ones that are doing the driveway for the other house.
But it says, it's checked off pool, Liberty Roofing Contract. For 250 square foot pool, but where's the rest of, so the calculations are not correct?
Well, we just don't have the calculations for anything except for the.
That's what I mean, they're incorrect, they need to be. The setbacks look fine. We-
So motion denied pending lot coverage for total lot coverage, not just pool.
seconds.
Aye.
With a big red stamp, writing in red.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Yeah. Okay, six J, and it's because the lot calculations are not.
Miami-Dade schools can't write, but then it's bad for. The kids might have breakdown. Writing in red pen. Huh? Miami-Dade school.
Dang.
Yeah.
Six J, 11704 Northeast 11th Place. New concrete driveway and upgrade gravel driveway. Almir Era de Cunha.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't we gonna see a driveway soon? Because I think that October is like deadline for everybody to.
Oh, did they extend it? I thought it was January. This past January.
No,
So this package doesn't have a new driveway, it just has a survey. It's after the fact.
well, it also has on this a concrete driveway and then a gravel driveway. If you look on the clipboard thing. The 29.5 foot long driveway, and then it's split in half. And one part is saying concrete, one part's saying gravel. So I would.
And it doesn't come out to the street.
So motion to deny on 3 charges. The number 1 charge needs to come all the way out to the street. Number 2, be a consistent material
Or design.
or design. And number 3 is like, we need something that clearly, we need a site plan that clearly indicates what the new thing is that they're doing versus what the old.
Plus the gravel driveway needs to be enclosed and border.
4 charges.
Or Jordan. That's a motion. Do you have a second?
Second.
Oh, favor say aye. Aye. Yep. Denied. Clear on that? Next be six K 11780 Northeast Eighth Avenue, PO 2314.
Same,
New underground pool again.
same builder because it's the same render drawing.
Well, and
Motion
it's
to
the same
deny.
entity name. Or- Wait,
Oh, there we go, yeah, 2 different. Same developer, 2 different properties.
Again, the same thing. The calculations are not correct. Hold on, am I looking?
Isn't this,
No.
isn't this the 2 young guys that were here earlier with the house?
yeah, I think so.
These are their 2 homes.
Should have told them.
They didn't want to stick around for their. Yeah, they should have insisted, hey, I got 2 more things on the agenda. If they
I
got-
don't think.
They didn't want to
Is
get
it what
money.
it is?
Yeah, this B part, there's 114, 117.
The B Park LLC was the other guy that,
Yeah, is that Rodrigo and
yeah, the younger guy that has the house on Seventh Ave.
his partner that was here today?
His partner was here.
One of those guys. Whichever one, they didn't stick around for the rest of them.
Motion to deny.
Second.
The charges?
See above. Gonna send us in the exact same pool.
Same calculations, same. everything. So, all in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Wow, too many denies tonight.
Yeah. It's gonna be long.
Yeah, next agenda is gonna be crazy. Next is gonna be six, L, 11910 Northeast Tenth Avenue, re-roof tile, JMJ Family Real Estate. Corp. Tile bonds with this adhesive.
There's a tile color.
Motion to approve.
Second.
David and Scarlett, all in favor, say aye. Aye. All right,
Motion to table any pending discussions.
There was 7C we didn't review, right?
no. So discussion.
Discuss. There's nothing in the Dropbox I would look at.
Oh, there is one here. There's 719 Northeast 114th Street, review construction plans.
Yeah, but in the Dropbox, there's.
Oh, okay.
Nothing to look at. But
Well, it's,
you brought it.
okay. So I wanted to bring this one up because of, this is the two-story apartment building over here on the, right there.
What, the guy living in the garage?
My guy living in the garage, yes. So, I actually noticed it. I was driving by and I'm like, oh, they put windows in there. And I didn't recall that we had actually approved the windows. So I had him pull the file and, there's an approved a permit and the permit was completed for the accessory structure in the back, which is done. Okay. There is a signed permit for windows only from 2019. But there is no construction permit for anything else besides the windows that we approved. But the trades have gone through, he's got full set of drawings there for all of everything that he wants to do in the main house, which is he wants to put a 1 unit on the bottom and 1 unit on the top, which it would be a duplex in a single family zone. But we've never approved the building permit. The only thing we approved was the windows.
Was the Windows permit? Was the window permit from 2019 still valid?
That's up to, yeah, it was still active.
It stays valid for 4 years.
So anyway, forget
So-
the windows, so they have a permit in the building department under review for interior remodeling that's never come here. How did that happen? How did that happen, Do you know?
So this is one of those
Well-
ones where it's been an ongoing thing. I think he came in, the way I read the drawings is he came in and said, oh, I'm only asking for the permit for the windows right now. So it's in my own handwriting. It says windows only. We only signed the one drawing that has the windows, but all of the other sets of drawings are there, have been stamped and have been signed by all the other trades except for zoning. So
Hearing.
he wants to put 2 kitchens.
Yeah, when you're changing from a single family to a duplex, you need to come to zoning.
Well, actually, it was a 4-unit apartment building,
Whatever.
it's a duplex, but it's been discontinued use for 5, 6, 7, 8 years. I mean, as long as I remember, that thing's been abandoned. So it has to become into compliance with single family residential zone.
So I have a question. Is that even us then, or is that code compliant?
Well, we never voted on it. So right now,
But this technically, we don't vote on it either.
You say it.
Discussion.
Say it.
Huh?
I don't know what's going on here. What do you?
well, he's saying that the inspector just went in and said, oh, we don't need a permit, or you don't need zoning approval.
Say it. Who's saying that?
Pedro? I'll tell Renato that it's a single family zone and the plans call for 2 kitchens. So,
But again, is that us or code compliance saying, hey, you're doing all of this crap that you're not supposed to because you don't have any approved permit?
I don't agree with the fact that we don't get to call out the interior remodel. Now, if somebody's just remodeling a kitchen or bathroom,
Oh, we have.
we don't do that.
Oh,
But if somebody's gutting in a building down to the interior inside,
But this is not on Leonardo, the building inspector. He's not the plan reviewer. So by the time it gets to him, he's just doing inspections on approved plans. The issue is further up the chain, who's reviewing the plans, which is not Leonardo. But who's the final sign off? Pedro. Pedro should be the one saying, hey, guys, this didn't go to zoning. So it's really.
Pedro needs to get a message that this has not been approved by planning board. The interior.
But I have a question. We've seen in my time, we've seen plenty of Reno stuff that we look at and we're like, oh yeah, we have no reason to not approve this. But it's wall in Reno where like maybe they're moving an inside wall a little bit, they're doing whatever, but they're not adding new windows, they aren't changing roof lines, they aren't doing anything. But we see those all, yeah. I know, I can think of,
I totally agree with that. It's just an interior model. That's.
yeah, like they show up and then we say, okay, yeah, because we have
Well,
no,
we have-
nothing to say no about because nothing that we make decisions on.
Yeah, but this is the,
But this, we would have something to say no about because we're like, hey, there's kitchen.
yeah, especially considering we had such an issue with him doing the garage where we were questioning whether or not he was gonna turn that into an apartment. And he swore to us that it was just gonna be a yoga studio and that, there was no kitchen back there. And then, I think he's back there living right now, personally. I don't know that. Yeah.
Okay, so next,
So what's gonna happen to the back apartment that he's now currently living in when he finishes the house in the front that's now gonna have two apartments? It's gonna become a triplex.
Would that-
This is where we need to
so
step
would-
in.
Would that immediately then be like code compliance violation?
He could, he can't get that front structure finalized until they can prove in the back that it's not, he's not living, that there's no kitchen. Or no cooking surface. That's the thing. These are the kind of things that we have to be on top of, or
renovate, you've done a big renovation,
me? What do you mean?
saying like, you have a lot of faith in what the inspectors are going to
Oh, yeah.
prevent or see or say.
How many bats of murder in Bay Area when we walk?
So next steps. Sounds like.
Step is a
okay, so-
message to Pedro is that this, because it is a discussion item. These plans have not been approved by the.
It's not a discussion item brought by them, which is why they aren't here. It's a discussion item brought by us.
I mean, I had to pull the plans. I looked at it. I said, put it on the agenda so we can discuss.
How the
it.
turntables have turned.
So we can, as a board, say, this has not been approved or reviewed by us.
Board is in. As,
Pedro needs to look at
like,
I like too how you snuck it in then as 7C versus the last one, the way that normally are.
it. He did it.
you know the property that was split into three properties, but one of which was retained by the owner, right on 119?
Yeah. With the new house.
The middle one.
Yeah.
The people who bought the two have three. No, well,
Yeah, They didn't approve it.
did they get a driveway from it?
Yeah.
I call it, but they just did a new driveway, but.
So the
Oh, you-
500 Northeast 119th Street.
Yeah, oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like what they've done. They've made a nice little
It was
tiny
nice.
roof
I
and
don't recall seeing a driveway.
that's the driveway that if you remember when we were separating, we said you can't.
Yeah, I
can't
remember,
go
I don't know,
into-
100% I remember, and I remember there being a demo permit for stuff, and you said, oh, please include the demo of the portion of your driveway that extends into the next property, but I don't remember seeing a new driveway. Have one, fantastic, it's nice.
And I have to be honest. This is crossed out. And it says crossed out and windows only with my little initial there. Somebody came in and wrote that in, by the way. Sneaky. Somebody came in and wrote in.
Or we didn't.
Yeah, right. That's on my handwriting right there.
No, I saw, said the thing, I said.
They came in after it went through P and Z and wrote in, after we crossed it off and wrote windows only and put in remodel after the fact. Hating.
Are we gonna do a field trip and go over? the garage?
I'll get Linda Dillon's behind him. I'll get her to do it.
You can take pictures.
Oh. Okay. All right, so I think that's it for tonight. Our next meeting will be on November 25th.
I am not here.
It's Yom Kippur. Everybody's okay with that?
I'm not here.
Okay. But are you, Scarlett and David?
Yeah. We'll pour a LaCroix out for you.
All right, so the three of us are here. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
So adjourn at 9:04.
No, no one seconded.
I did. We're adjourned.
kind of crazy when you go down Eighth. There's